Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Bindman. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up because today we are taking the trend of glass skin and making it a little bit more wearable. Talking about where to put that highlighter, what products to use, and really just how to make it a little bit more every day. So stay tuned. I've already washed my face and done my skincare, so let's get started by prepping the face. First, I'm going to go in with the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This one has no tint. I'm putting that on my ring finger, I'm splitting it, and then I'm putting it from my lash line all the way up to my brow, and just trying to get a nice sheer wash of that so it'll grip onto any eyeshadows that I put on or any other powders that I'm putting on. If I feel like I went too far, I can always grab a brush and just make sure that everything is nice and smooth and nice and evenly dispersed on the lid. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my black treacle pencil from Lisa Eldridge and do my tight lining. So I'm just very gently lifting up my lid and getting that right on that pink part that's next to the lashes. This just helps us look a little bit more youthful, a little bit more vibrant with that starker contrast between the whites of the eyes and the lash line. This tutorial is all about the skin, so I prep my face really well. I already have quite a bit of glow going on, but we're going to make it even glowier because we are going for that glass skin look without going to the extreme that I'm kind of seeing out in public. So I'm going to take my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Highlighter. I'm going to knock off any extra, because there's always a ton that comes off on the wand. And usually I'm just taking this part that happens on the plastic. I'm going to split that again on my ring finger, and I'm just going to start right around the temple and bring that down onto the bone. Now Lisa says it takes about 3 minutes for this to set, so I'm just going to leave it alone. If I feel like I really want to kind of go for that glass look, then I can also bring it down the center of my nose. So from the skinniest point of my nose right to about there. I don't want to bring it down to the ball of my nose, otherwise it's going to enlarge that, and I don't want that. And then just a little bit on my chin. So now the center of the face has been nice and highlighted. Another way to kind of take a variation on this would be to mix in your liquid highlighter with your foundation. So then I'm going to take Lisa's Seamless Brush number 1, and I'm just going to make sure that there are no harsh edges, and I'm just blending everything out, just tapping it in. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to sink in as well. So we're going to pop down to the lips. So I'm going to go in with the 1C pencil, and then we'll go in with ARMANI, which is one of her new balms, and it's like kind of been my go-to. This is about the same shade as my lips. I'm going to start at the Cupid's bow, and I'm just following the natural line of my lips, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom, and then I'm going to fill in the rest of the line. So first I line, and then I like to fill in the entire lip. And then you need to smush it into your actual lip so that everything gets in all the nooks and crannies of your lip. Now we're going to go in with our ARMANI. That just gives a nice soft glow to the lips. It gives a little bit of definition, but it's not too much. It's not going to take away from the face. I'm going to let my complexion sit for just a few more moments. I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow. Now, you could go overboard with the shine, but I'm going to take Cressida, and while this can be quite glowy, I'm going to take it on my finger. I'm just going to roll that doe foot. I'm going to split it between my 2 ring fingers, and I'm very gently going to put that on the lid. And then we will use our bronzer as our defining shadow. But see, when you put it on with your finger, it gives a little bit of a glow, but not too much. And it gives just a really nice brightening effect. Now I'm going in with my Sonia Kashuk tapered crease brush into my bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to use that as my defining shadow. So I'm really saturating that and then bringing that up into the socket and into the crease. Because this is a tapered crease brush and it's pretty fluffy, it will disperse that shadow very, very quickly and very softly. We can always go back in with the 217 or a denser brush and give that a little bit more definition if we want to. But already we can kind of see the highlighters settling down We can see the skincare is settling down as well, and we are starting to get a little bit more of that glossy skin look. I'm going to go in with my 201 and just make sure that everything is nice and soft. We don't want any harsh edges, especially since we're going for that very glowy, glassy skin. Now we will go in with our Kajal liner by Victoria Beckham in the black and just massage that right into the lash line. We can always go in with a sponge and make it a little bit softer or smudge it out if we need to. I'm going to do just a little kitten flick at the very end, and now I'm going to go in with a 207 and just soften that a little bit, soften that line. This is a very, very soft smudge brush. Now the liner becomes more of the look rather than just kind of sitting on top. At this point, we've given our complexion plenty of time to kind of settle down, so we are going to go in with our corrector on our ring finger, tap that in underneath, and if you're thinking, wait, what about mascara? I want to make sure that everything is in place first before I put on mascara. In case I want to change anything in the eye look, I want to make sure that I have that ability. Now I'm going to go in with Lisa Eldridge's Skin Tint. You can see that I love this because I have rubbed off the label. Instead of going in with my hands like I normally would with a skin tint, I'm going to use my number 1 brush. I'm going to grab just a little bit of that from my hand and start to blend that out, because that way I can kind of tap around that highlighter and I'm not disturbing that. If I were to go in with my hands, then I'm going to be pushing that product around, and all that waiting time that we just did, all that prep work that we just did would be for naught, because I would have moved it around far too much. And then we'll put a little bit on the forehead. We can always go in with a different kind of foundation brush if we feel like it's starting to get a little bit too heavy or it's just not sitting on the skin the way that we want to. Sometimes, depending on the treatments that we do, the skincare that we're doing, it won't quite sit on the skin like we normally think it should. So it's always a good idea to go in with a clean brush, just like you would with your eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury's Contour Wand, and I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just blend that into everything. I haven't set anything, so we are still good. I'm going to take whatever I have left, bring that up onto the side of my face, and I'm just creating a little bit of definition. Creams are such a great way to go, especially as the weather starts to get a little bit drier from the heating that will soon kick on. It's just a little bit of a softer look, and it works really well with drier skin. So before we go in and set with powder and then see if we need to up anything else, I'm going in with my concealer. So same thing, I spin the wand and then I'm going to tap this in, blend out just a little bit, and we'll go back in with a brush or the Beauty Blender or whatever tool we feel like we need. And just doing that fan shape. I've already got quite a bit of highlighter going on, so I don't feel like I need to fully do that with my concealer. Now we are ready to powder, so I'm going in with my Givenchy powder in the cap. I'm going to take my blush powder brush, start to take down that shine in the places that I don't actually want. But you can see we have a little bit of that nice soft sculpting going on already on the cheekbone. The thing with a highlighted glowy face is that you want to make sure that you are very specific with where the glow is peeking through. And of course, with a little bit of powder, even though it is translucent, you can still see that highlighter peeking through, but it's not a ton. If you really want to go for it, then you're going to take a little bit more highlighter and you're just going to go on top. And if you really want that glassy skin, you're going to put it right on the ball of that cheek. You can always go in with your foundation brush and just make sure that there are no harsh edges, but you can really see that layering technique peeking through in a really lovely way. You can also see that my nose seems a little bit more slim than it normally does, just because we did that prep work and put that highlighter down the center of the nose. Now I'm ready to just finish off the face. I'm going to do my brows and we will reassess the eyes. I'm going to go in with my 217 into my bronzer and just amp up that crease just a little bit to give it a little bit more definition. I'm also going to amp up my liner just a little bit, again, more for longevity, so I'm going in with the liquid liner just on the kitten flick. And then of course going in with my Duo mascara with the primer from Tarte and Lights Camera Lashes as well. Finishing up with just a touch of blush from the Nude look. and bringing everything all together. And that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. It's another trend one that I think is, if you tweak it just a little bit, it's very easy to do kind of that glossy, glassy skin for every day. I do fashion videos every Wednesday, beauty videos every Friday. Make sure you're watching me on Instagram and following the shorts in between because I'm doing lots of before and afters of makeup tutorials. And I also have lots of outfit inspiration to make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more glossy. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye!